England is one of the four constituent nations of the UK. London is the political and economic capital and is located in the south of England on the banks of the River Thames. Its privileged location in the centre of the southwest of England benefited, and it was the most populated and wealthiest region of the country. Location: England is bounded to the north by Scotland and to the west by Wales, to the northwest by the Irish Sea, to the southwest by the Celtic Sea, to the east by the North Sea, and to the south by the English Channel, which separates it from mainland Europe. England accounts for 84% of the population and 85% of the GDP of the UK. The present-day territory of England has been inhabited by various cultures for thousands of years, but takes its name from the Angles of one of the Germanic people who settled there during the 5th and 6th centuries. Since the age of discovery, it has had a major cultural and legal impact around the world. Flag. The flag of England is formed by the cross of St. George, i.e. a red Greek on a white cloth. Raised in 1191, the historic flag of St. George became the flag of England in 1801, when it was combined with the flag of Scotland and the foreign flag of Ireland. It became part of the flag of the UK. Language. The language spoken in England is English, which is the third most widely spoken language by millions of people around the world. Also, due to its political, economic, military, and scientific influence, it has been spreading to other regions of the world. It groups together of the dialects of the south of England, the Midlands, and the north of Ireland.
England comprised most of the central and southern two-thirds of the island of Great Britain, in addition to a number of small islands, of which the largest is the Isle of Wight. England is bordered to the north by Scotland and to the west by Wales. Oak and beech are mainly found in the lowlands and pine and birch in the mountainous areas. Also, other common trees include elm and ash. England also has a wealth of wild flowers, including snowdrops, bluebells, primroses, buttercups, and cowslips. England has a large variety of native animals that you can easily find. Some of them are the European rabbit, the bullfrog, among-yak deer, the European polecats, the roe deer, and also Atlantic puffins are found in some areas of the English coast. Some of the most important cities of England are London and Birmingham. London is one of the world's most important tourist and business centers. The city has a vast infrastructure with a well-built network of railways and underground trains. Tourists enjoy visiting the Big Ben, the Buckingham Palace, and the royal parks. Birmingham is the second largest and the second most popular city in the UK. It has a well-developed economy and is home to major commercial centers. Some tourist attractions are the National Sea Life Centre, Think Tank Science Museum, and the Winter House Garden.
It makes sense that a capital city with a history as long and diverse as London's should hang on to a few archaic traditions that may not make a whole lot of sense to the unknowing observer. Here are a few of London's most unusual traditions and events. Peter Pan Cup, Pearly Kings and Queens Harvest Festival, Bankside 12th Night, Annual Ship Drive across London Bridge, Guy Fawkes Night, Ravens at the Tower of London, a stage opening of Parliament. English beat groups had burst onto the world stage. In the US, their sensational popularity was labeled the British invasion. Thereafter, rock and pop music remained among Britain's main cultural exports, marked by the international popularity of English artists. Cuisine can be an excellent insight into a country's history and culture, and English food is no exception. Fish and chips, traditionally wrapped in old newspapers to keep warm on the journey home, has long been one of England's most popular carry-out dishes. England gave to the world the sports of cricket, soccer, and rugby, but now seldom shines at any of these in international competitions. Among the most popular sports and recreational activities in which the English participate are angling, basketball, snooker, and swimming.
The British monarch, currently Elizabeth II, is the head of state and the sovereign, but not the head of government. The government was led by the Prime Minister, currently Boris Johnson, since 2019, who selects his cabinet and junior ministers. The European colonization of the Americas was the process by which European settlers populated the region of North. It is also recognized as the direct cause for the cultures of the various indigenous people of those regions being replaced and often eradicated. Industrial revolution is the process of change from an agrarian and handicraft economy to one dominated by industry and machine manufacturing. These technological changes introduced novel ways of working and living and fundamentally transformed society. This process began in Britain and spread to other parts of the world. The Great War began in 1914 and finished in 1918. The war pitted Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire against Great Britain, the United States, France, Russia, Italy, and Japan. By the time the war was over and the Allied powers claimed victory, the United Kingdom is the first and so far only member state to have left the European Union after 47 years of having been a part of the Union since the 5th of January 1973. Nowadays, relations between the UK and the EU are based on the Trade and Cooperation Agreement.